So my name is Eduardo Enrikez. I'm from Mexico City. I was born there, and when I was 1, my family moved to Connecticut for 9 years because my father was working in New York, so we set up the family there. And at that time, I had 3 older brothers, so I was the youngest of 4 brothers. Then my little sister came 8 years later, the woman, and then another younger brother. So we're 5 boys and a princess in my house. So after 9 years in Connecticut, we moved to Mexico. Now, I learned how to speak Spanish at home and English at school. So when we arrived to Mexico, I was sent to the American school, and I was the only Mexican-looking kid in special Spanish because I didn't know how to read or write in Spanish, so it was terrible. So I got nicknamed El Gringo, you know. But it was great. So people would kind of make fun of me at the beginning because I was like brown skinned being called El Gringo. But when you play soccer and you're good, they left me alone. So that's kind of my upbringing a little bit. You know, it's funny because I grew up knowing I was Mexican, but living in America. And I guess I was too young to understand that there was a racism or a classism or a different country. I mean, I just thought we were all equal. There was different minorities in my school as well, and different ethnic backgrounds. So I didn't see it as, oh, you're African, oh, you're Mexican, oh, you're American or Asian American. No, we were just regular people. It wasn't until I moved to California that I was placed like in a box, you know, and I'm 26 at this time. That, oh no, you are Latino and we only see you as Latino, and it was really like a thing at the beginning. I'm like, what does that mean that I'm just Latino? No, yeah, of course, I'm Mexican first, and I'm proud to be Mexican, you know, but don't just tell me I'm one thing. We're everything. We're just people. So I started feeling that when I moved to California, to Los Angeles, and especially in casting. Coming from a theater background, casting is a bit colorblind, a little bit more colorblind. If you're talented enough for the part, you'll get it most likely. But for film and TV, here is what you look like is what they want. I mean, what they see or what they envision of your skin tone is what you're going to portray. So it was kind of difficult at first. Who are the people that actually go to the movies? I mean, a lot of Latinos spend billions of dollars. They're consumers, right? I just don't get why sometimes everything is so whitewashed. I mean, I know a lot of casting directors that are fighting, and a lot of studios go, no, we need our big stars, our big names, and unfortunately, the big Latino names come with the stigma of they're Latino, so they have to play stereotypical roles, so they've grown up playing stereotypical roles, therefore no one sees them, they can't transition. Doesn't mean they can't, they're just pigeonholed already. So it's time to put like the new generation to not just go, oh, you're an officer, oh, but how about you're a medic? How about you're a lawyer? How about you're a teacher? How about you're, fine, a firefighter, a police officer, whatever you want to be. But it can't just be those things that were pigeonholed or known for in the past. You know, we can be leading men, we can be romantic leads, and we can be villains. Why not? You know, we're good villains, you know. One of my first agents here in LA told me to change my name. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Yeah, they're like, we have to like Americanize it more. And I'm like, but then you're taking away my essence. You're taking away who I am. And isn't who I am and what I bring to the table part of my artistry, right? So I was really offended when that happened. Now, I understand changing the spelling of a name because someone already has that name, but change it completely to be Americanized, it was just kind of like, one of those. So I did struggle. I have struggled because I feel like I've done movies where, no disrespect to anybody, but they just want to see me maybe crossing the border and telling those stories. But there's other stories that we have to tell as well, you know, and or going in as a thug or stuff like that. And I'm like, guys, you know, we're educated people as well. We've studied, we've gone to university. We can't just be that. As a Mexican seeing social injustice, I mean, it means a lot because there's a lot of people on both sides that are trying to fight for better lives, and probably some have their families over here and they were brought at a very young age, and for them to be deported without them having a say is ridiculous to me, especially when they've been good Samaritans, they've followed the law, the rule, they're investors, they're consumers, they're good people. You know, they were just brought here at a young age. It's not their fault, you know. And it's not their parents' fault wanting to find a better life for their children either. Now, I know there's rules and there's laws. I'm all about that. But telling stories like this about an innocent person that gets deported back is heartbreaking, because that happens every day. It happens every day. So these are stories absolutely that we need to tell, but we need to tell in a way that it's not just, oh, we're commenting on this, commenting. We need to change things. We can't just comment about them. We need to say something to be able to change things. You know, it's all great to point a camera and going, this is what happens. But then what's the next step? We need to have an agenda of how, after the first story is told, how we can better it to make it, well, let's change the laws, let's change the thinking. Because if not, it's just another story that's going to come and go, and then come and go. But we need these stories to stick forever. So we need to have another plan of attack. I mean, there's a lot of different things at stake here as well. But you can't deport 1 million kids just because they were brought here illegally, because these are kids that are Americanized. I mean, they have their Mexican culture, but they live here now. They study here. They have their friends here. They have their families here. You're going to take them back to a country that they don't know. And unfortunately, these kids in Mexico might be outcasts as well, you know, because there's racism on that side as well for the ones that came over here. So it's a catch-22. You know, even though we're all Mexican, there's racism in Mexico as well. There's classism as well. So it's not just America that's a problem, it's Mexico as well. You know, and then these kids or these people that want to try to get back, how do they get back if they're undocumented? Well, they go through the los coyotes and the drug smugglers, so then they get involved in things that they shouldn't. And then they're breaking the law. But when they were kids, they didn't break the law. And that's the main issue, you know. So we have to let these dreamers be able to dream and be able to be here and be able to better themselves and have an education, and hopefully they can change the world for the next generation. I firmly believe this. And if we can use our art as a vehicle to show this and change things so that the senators and the congressmen and people that are elected by the people can see the hurt and the social injustice that exists with these stories and these people, well, hopefully we can start changing their minds and they can start working for more positive results for all of us. So hi, my name is Eduardo Enrikez. I'm an actor from Mexico City. I currently live in Los Angeles, and I'm working on Destiny of Desire right now, which is a telenovela, which is a soap opera on stage. It's an all Latino cast on the main stage. It's a play with music, so some of the songs are actually in Spanish, so it's brilliant. It's 9 months of telenovela into 2.5 hours. It's a comedy, it's brilliant, and there's a lot of social commentary as well. So it's not just fun and giggles, but we're actually commenting on life and the current situation. Yes.
That's awesome.
So come watch it.